Citizens of the Capitol, you are listening to the Capitol Wrestling Podcast with your hosts, Darnell Mitchell and Dustin Smothers. This week, Darnell and Dustin discuss episode 45 of Capitol Wrestling Television, featuring the fatal four-way match between the Bad Apple Matt McIntosh, KTB, Kit Osbourne, and Swipe Right Joe Keys. They also discuss the shocking events that took place this past Saturday night from the Capitol Auditorium in Hoboken, New Jersey at Masterclass. Darnell and Dustin also sit down and flex forearms with the Sultan of the Shake Weight, the whipped cream sex machine himself, Sizzlin Stan Styles. So without any further ado, what do you say, Capitol citizens? Let's start the show.
All right, citizens of Capitol, you're rocking with the best. This is the Capitol Wrestling Podcast, episode 45 to be exact. I am your host, the Metal Mouth of Midwest Wrestling, Dustin Smothers, and I'm joined every week by the fabulous fashionista of Brooklyn, New York, Darnell Mitchell. This podcast is available every week on the El Toro Podcast Network on the YouTube channel for Capitol Wrestling. Make sure you hit subscribe when you're over there. And then, obviously, it's always available on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Blueberry, Podbean, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and, of course, ProWrestlingIowa.net. It's been a great week. You were at Masterclass this week. What an event. It was your birthday. Did you survive?
I did. I also did not realize that we had so many options available to listen to this podcast. I feel like it's like a bunch of Stolio flavors. It's amazing. My birthday was super, super fun. I got to experience it the way I wanted to, with friends and wrestling. So it was pretty fantastic.
It was sort of bittersweet being here in Iowa, and I couldn't be there in person, but it was such a joy to hop on Twitter about, I guess I jumped in about 10 minutes into the show by the time I got home and got things situated that night, but I saw that you cut a promo.
I know. They brought me upstairs. It was my birthday gift. And they were like, oh, you're going to cut a promo. And I was not. I don't think I was very good at it. But it sounds really, really dumb and insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but they will have no idea how much 12-year-old me has wanted to cut any sort of promo, small thing for a wrestling company. So it was an exciting time. It was a really exciting moment, and I got to go with my Sheamus. So it was Sheamus's first show, so I was very, very excited about that, and he enjoyed it.
Well, let's a few housekeeping issues here. We were so excited last week. I know we both there were nerves. We wanted to make sure we put forth the best episode we possibly could, and I think this week I already feel a little more comfortable. I'm putting my feet up on the table and everything in the studio now. But we forgot to shout out the guy who kind of laid the groundwork for us on 43 episodes before we took this thing under our wing, and that's Sean O'Brien. And I know we both shouted out on social media, but I wanted to make sure we thanked him on the air here this week, Darnell.
Absolutely. That's Sean O'Brien at Sean, that's SEAN Neutron, has been nothing but supportive and sweet and a great Twitter follower. I don't think I've ever met him. So I would, because he lives in Virginia. I forgot. My old hometown, but he's been nothing but supportive of us, and he's fantastic. So I'm very grateful for the past work that he's put into this podcast. So
absolutely, thank you, Sean, and it's in good hands now, hopefully. And I know we've seen some good feedback from last week's episode. I know everybody liked the interview with Josh C. We've got a sizzler for you this week, Darnell. Though, do you want to go ahead and do the honors of who we have on the show this week?
A sizzler for this week. That's really, really cute. We have Sizzlin Stan Styles this week on the podcast. You'll notice him by his amazing hair, his 47 abs, and his forearms that just won't quit with his wake shake.
What? Wake shake?
What is it called?
Shake weight.
Oh my god.
A wake shake.
You know what it is? I was honestly, I pulled up a picture of him on my computer, and I was like staring at his nipples and his abs, and I couldn't concentrate. So dyslexia came into play. But that's amazing. That's what the Sizzlin Stan Styles does to you when you see him. So
well, and he had quite a Saturday night in Hoboken as well, picking up the deuce. So we'll have him on the show in a little bit. Obviously, we're going to talk about Masterclass, but we might as well kick things off with a discussion about episode 45 of Capitol Television. Darnell, you were there in person, so I will let you do the honors because you were there live to see these matches. And I have seen it, but I had a 5-year-old in tow, so I wasn't always quite paying as much attention as I wish I would have been.
If you haven't seen it, to go back on Capitol Wrestling, go on YouTube and watch this match. Last week, I did say it was the match that I could not wait to see, and it was Sheamus's. I'm going to reference Sheamus a lot just because it was his first independent show, and he was just heaping praise on this match. It was the Fatal 4-Way. That's how we started it off. Technically, it was Kit Osbourne's debut match, even though he was at World War IV, but it was on a Twitch exclusive 8-man tag team match, I believe. Kit Osbourne versus Swipe Right, such a good name, Joe Keys, versus KTB, who I believe was making his debut. I hadn't seen him before in Capitol Wrestling, and I was very impressed by him. And as everyone knows, my second favorite wrestler, he might not like me saying second favorite, but Bad Apple, Matt McIntosh. What a hell of a fatal 4-way. No wasted time. So you know Kit Osbourne.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen Bad Apple at the last show.
Mm-hmm.
Had you seen Swipe Right, or have you seen KTB or heard of KTB?
No, and that's the great thing about Capitol Wrestling is putting these young guys on showcase that I haven't had the chance to see. And obviously they did a similar thing back at World War IV with the Black and Brave showcase, and they put these guys on display. This is the kind of action I'm looking for. I need to see more stars. I want to be exposed to new people, and that's what Capitol does so great. And this was a fantastic showcase for all 4 of these men.
Absolutely. I was, I already know the other 3 guys. I'm already, kind of stands, as you can put it. But KTB was just incredible. For someone, I'm always very, very fascinated about someone that is his size and moves like a cruiserweight. He's powerful. He's got a great look. I love the face paint. I'm always about black leather. And the quickness that he had was just, it was unparalleled to almost anyone that we actually saw the entire night at Masterclass. Some of my favorite moments was the interaction between actually Kit Osbourne and Bad Apple. That's a match that I can't wait to see. Kit Osbourne was just flying across that ring, and Matt McIntosh has such a control and such an incredible ring awareness that these guys are wrestling like they've been wrestling for 10 plus years, and it's quite amazing. What were you starting the show off with the Fatal 4-Way? Like what were you thinking? Oh wait, you missed it.
No, I got in halfway through this match. Like I think that was probably halfway through, and I haven't had a chance to see the full match yet. I did make it through a little bit of the Capitol TV this week. Busy week. I apologize in advance, but the thing is, when you start off a show with a match like this, you're setting the bar and you're getting people excited. And I had my 5-year-old sitting next to me this Saturday night. First time I'd exposed him to Capitol Wrestling. This was a great way for him to get rocking and rolling into the product. And he loved all 4 of these guys. He loves knowing that people are new. Like that to him is exciting. And I think that's a lot for a lot of younger viewers even. I think that's something that goes a long way.
That's actually super cute. And your kid, it's clearly Dustin's child because he looks just like Dustin. He's the cutest little kid in the world. But cheap plug, I want you to know that you can always rewatch that at twitch.tv/Capital Wrestling. Just saying. Probably one of my favorite spots of the match is an incredible sequence where KTB does a triple deadlift powerbomb on Kit Osbourne, and then Joe Keys comes out of nowhere and hits a backstabber. Bad Apple finishes the match with a slingshot cutter and a double stomp to the back of the head of KTB to get the 1-2-3. And it's actually, and I forgot this, it's Matt McIntosh's first win at Capital Wrestling, which is, it's insane to me because of how talented he is. And I just would have thought he would have been grabbing wins left and right.
Well, and it's obviously a huge win, as we would see on this episode when Marcus Dowling informed him that he'd be going one-on-one with Sonny Kiss at the anniversary show next month, and that's a huge opportunity for McIntosh.
101. Well, they did say that there potentially could be a third combatant.
Really?
However, they did. They alluded to it during the show. However, even if it's not, the point about it though is if you twitch.tv/Capital Wrestling, you could see what happened after the match. Matt gave an incredible interview with speaking to Marcus, and he asked for Sonny Kiss. He was like, I want Sonny Kiss. And Marcus told him on one condition: if you can't beat Sonny, you get no more title shots for the rest of the year. And Matt, as confident as ever, says, I only need one chance because I'm going to win. That I am two of the, in my opinion, like the best stars of Capital Wrestling. I'm a little bit biased. Going 101, potentially, in the main event at their anniversary event, their 1-year anniversary event. I can't get the popcorn.
It's going to be fantastic. And we talked a lot last week about Sonny Kiss and how important Sonny is to the Capital Wrestling's forward momentum. That could all end next month if McIntosh is victorious. This is a very it's a pressure cooker situation for both these athletes next month, because this could really shape the rest of 2018 for either of these individuals.
Absolutely. That's the one thing about Capital Wrestling too, is every single event seems like the world is on these wrestlers' shoulders. Every single event is gargantuan. Clearly, I just watched Kill Bill 2 not too long ago. So it's a great way. It was a great way to end the show by telling us about this match. It was a great way to lead us into March 24th. And again, for Sheamus literally looks at me and goes, March 24th? Well, I could do that. And it's his second independent wrestling show ever. And he kept saying to me how much he was like, that Bad Apple guy. Ha! That guy's great. So, yeah. But all 40s combatants, like, I can't. Anyone that comes out wearing like a leopard blazer shirt pant combo, like swipe right, and I can't pull that off. Like I tip my hat, fellow. I tip my hat.
Well, we talked about it Saturday, March 24th at 7 p.m. at 301 Garden Street in Hoboken, New Jersey at the Capitol Auditorium. We urge you, citizens of Capitol, come to the Capitol for the 1-year anniversary show. This is going to be huge. We've talked about it. The main event, Sonny Kiss versus the Bad Apple, Matt McIntosh. We'll also see Darius Carter and the Master of Excellence, Darnell. A lot of news coming out of Masterclass, and I guess we will kind of figure this out on the fly, because one of the interesting aspects of what we're doing here is that we have the privilege of watching the show, and then each week we're going to be focusing more on individual matches as they air on the television show. But if you're wanting to watch television and not be spoiled, you may want to skip forward a little bit here. We did have Masterclass. Lots of shocking surprises on this show.
Yeah, it was. I'm still feeling a little bit sad for the Colossal one. It's still breaking my heart. We were birthday buddies, and one of our birthdays ended up really well, and the other one,
I don't want to put all the blame on you, but you did interview him before his match.
I blame me 100%. Ronnie Burton was also in the room, so I'm going to give a little bit of that blame to him. I blame Iowa.
I see how this goes here. Well, Ronnie Burton, trained at Black and Brave Wrestling Academy. A lot of guys from Black and Brave heading over there. But none of those guys, we bring that up, but nobody from Black and Brave is on this show. Hopefully they'll be back out soon. But this was a loaded card from top to bottom. We're going to have Stan Styles on here a little bit. He was victorious with the help of two female competitors that I'm getting familiar with. The first one I saw last month at World War IV, but can you tell us about this newcomer?
Yes, she is the former college roommate of Portia Vaughn. Matthew Ryan tried to do his nefarious deeds and
he got got Saturday night.
And also, I think it's hilarious and unfortunate and well-deserved that he's gotten got twice by Portia Vaughn, who is doing the damn thing out there. I'm also always excited to see more female representation at Capital Wrestling, so that's always going to be a blast. I mean, with Portia and Ariella Nix, who is a newcomer to Capital Wrestling, I think that the women representation is only going to get larger and larger, and the Femivist team is only going to prosper in Capital Wrestling. Matthew Ryan and his dastardly cane. I wanted to kick it out from under him. It's frustrating.
Without a doubt, and it was interesting to see Matthew kind of left speechless on Saturday night. This was I don't think he saw this situation coming, and I'm very curious what the relationship with Stan Styles is. Maybe here in a little bit we'll talk to him more about that. But you alluded to the title change, the Sapphire title, and then we also had kind of you have to look at it in the main event as a potential upset. Jeff Cannonball fallen to the Master of Excellence.
Yeah, I just my predictions weren't as good as they normally are. The colossal one losing his Sapphire Championship to Mimfo Mofo was just it was devastating because I did not see that happening. Mimfo Mofo constantly went for the leg, 3 different versions of the figure 4 lock. He was just methodical in the way he broke down Mike Law, and I can't wait for that rematch. I hope he's getting a rematch. He should be getting a rematch just because he's brought so much prestige to that title, and I think he deserves it. But Cannonball losing, Master of Excellence made a little bit name for himself. He did come out during the Twitch exclusive during that match with Hot Dog, and he kind of laid everyone out, and he did it to Cannonball at the end of the match, and he's going to be one to look out for.
I'm into
Definitely.
it. I'm into it because Master of Excellence reminds me of Skeletor, reminds me of Mumra. I get these 80s cartoon vibes from him, and I'm here for it. And I like what he's throwing down. Jeff Cannonball, I think, will rebound just fine. But this is a huge arrival on the scene here for the Master of Excellence, and I think the whole dynamic could change. We talked about Sonny Kiss, Ken Dixon, obviously the current champion, but a lot of things could be changing with the Master of Excellence's arrival.
Absolutely. And that's also one of the greatest things about Capital Wrestling is that there are so many people that can be, we saw Eric Royal wrestle Ken Dixon for the championship, and there are so many people who can be a part of that and be a part of the main event scene. Ken is not just up there. You have Part Jardine, you have Master of Excellence, you have Bad Apple, hopefully, you have Sonny Kiss. You have so many people that can be in that main event scene and challenge Ken Dixon, because I will steal a line from Rory Fox, #not my champion, Ken Dixon. He is not the disputed championship. I was given to him, and I'm still mad about that situation, and he will never be champion in my eyes, but that's just me. But I think that there are a lot of people that are gunning for him and gunning for that championship, so he needs to watch himself.
He is a marked man in Capital Wrestling right now, and it'll be very interesting to see what Ken Dixon does moving forward. But Darnell, I think we've talked about quite a few of the matches here. Obviously, we're not going to go in crazy detail because, like I said, one of the aspects of the show, the great part is we get to relive these matches on Capital Television each week, so we'll be able to talk more in depth about each of them as they re-air. What was the atmosphere in the building? How was the food? How was everything? I mean, I always get a kick out of just kind of the atmosphere in a wrestling building, and so to me, I think with the level of competition Capital is bringing forth, was the fan base, were the citizens of Capital excited?
Citizens of excuse me, that's a tongue twister. The citizens of the Capitol were absolutely excited. I believe they had Pizza Republic, which is great because on my birthday I only want pizza, and I had a great orange cream soda. It was a very popular night for wrestling. CCW were in the town. I think Evolve might have been having a show, and it was raining. So it wasn't as busy, but goodness, the crowd that was there was excited and happy to be involved in Capital Wrestling. I think Matthew and Marcus and all of the guys have such an inviting spirit, and I think they did a good job. I can't wait till we talk about the Sanctuary. Ooh, I can't wait till that's on. Capital Wrestling TV, and that's great.
Talk a little bit about it now.
No, I can't. I want to build you guys up for it, and I think that's the most exciting thing is that I'm sitting here, drinking a glass of wine because I'm fancy, and thinking about all of the things that happened last Saturday and how fun it is, and how throwback it is, and how invited it is. It's just amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
It truly is. Now, throughout the entire show of Masterclass, Darnell, who would you consider the MVP of Masterclass?
Eventually, he's not going to be able to walk through a door because of the amount of praise I give him, because his head is probably going to get so big. I love Bad Apple, Matt McIntosh. That guy, each time I see him, I am floored by what he does and how effortless he is in everything he does. He can high fly, he can do everything. If not him, and I've talked about him at extent, I do love Smiley, who wrestled Sizzlin Stan Styles, who obviously we will be talking to shortly. Smiley is one of the most enjoyable people to watch in the ring. He hits this spear from on the stage, running into the ring in a slingshot spear to Sizzling Stan Styles that the pearls were clutched, the heart was dropped. He's incredible. Incredible. So, actually, I turn around and I asked the same question to you. I know you started in the middle of the Fatal 4-Way match. Who do you think was MVP of the overall show?
I think it has to go to the Memphis Mofo. I think he shot, that was shocking to me. I had if there was one match I was certain what the outcome was going to be, I thought Mike Law was going to retain that championship. So the fact that the Memphis Mofo walked out with that gorgeous Sapphire Capital Television Championship was shocking, and that right there is enough to garner someone the MVP of the show for me, because that's what I walked away from the show remembering. That's what stood out.
I will have to say also about Memphis Mofo, he did cut one of the most amazing promos I've ever heard right afterwards. On Twitch TV, it ranged from him talking about hookers, cocaine, to wrestling, to Tanya Harding. It was this conglomerate of things that he was saying, and the entire time I was just like, okay, you are going to be. I mean, he was talking about mayonnaise, like it was just like, what are you talking about, dude? But you're so confident, and you know what? You're the champion. You can talk about whatever you want. If you want to talk about mayonnaise sandwiches, let's talk about BLTs. It's okay.
We should probably extend our apologies. I think on multiple occasions we inadvertently or incorrectly called him the Memphis Mofo. The Mempho Mofo is his actual name, and we will never forget that now because he is the Sapphire Television Champion. So very interesting developments this weekend at Masterclass, Darnell. But I think if I am not mistaken, we have got the Sizzling One on the line right now.
Yes, Sizzling Stan Styles. Hi, how are you?
That's right. I'm still shaking my shake weight. I just got done my workout about 10 minutes ago, but the shake weight still shakes. Always. That's right.
Gotta get those forearms together. I don't know if you know this, but I am at Capital Wrestling. You actually jumped into my arms at Masterclass.
Oh, I did. Oh, it was Smiley scared the living crap out of me with his masks.
I know. I was doing my best to defend your honor and tell him to back up because I'm here for you. 100%.
Yeah, because that was something that caught me by surprise. No one ever did that. Usually when I do my wrestling pants, it usually scares my opponent, and it did. But then he fooled me, and I was like, he scouted me, which is a lot of people don't do that. I usually scout my opponents. That's right. But he scouted me, the bastard.
Yeah.
Well, and that's one thing I got to point out. Like when I first saw you on the World War IV Twitch stream, Stan, the first thing I noticed was the shake weight. But what really took me by surprise and made me a fan was the fact that you wear multiple pairs of pants to the ring and you rip them off one at a time. Where did that idea come from?
Pretty much late at night. I have so many pants. Yeah, I'm always up at night, especially for my shake weight. That's right. So I said, I have all these pants. I have legit, I probably have at least 15, 16 pairs of pants, and I really couldn't decide which, I usually would come out and with one, and I was like, I couldn't decide which one to bring with me to a show. And then, I don't know, those are my crazy, goofy, nutty ideas come just out of nowhere, just like a light bulb just goes in my head. I'm like, hey, why don't I just wear three? And originally it was supposed to be for my entrance. I wanted to be announced Sizzling, rip one pan off, stand another one off, and Styles, and it got over really well. And I pretty much, hey, let's integrate it more and more, because I always want to give, with you said you remember my shake weight in the pants. Like every place I go, no matter where it's at, anywhere, I want fans to have a memory of me stuck in their head. That's my job. I want them to remember Sizzling Stan Styles, whether they love me or hate me. I want them to have a memory of me, something different. I'm like, oh my God, that caught attention. My searching shake weight definitely gets attention. That's right. Oh, man.
I think that's fantastic. I think it's also, for something like Capital Wrestling that you wrestle all over the country, but I think for Capital Wrestling in particular, they kind of have that old throwback, old school, easy to remember and grasp on characters, and I think you stand out very much so. You've now done a couple of shows for Capital Wrestling. And I've seen you at 3 now. How's your experience been with Capital Wrestling?
I've been with
Sorry.
All Capital Wrestling shows.
Oh, really? Let me rephrase that question then. How blessed does Matthew feel that you've graced him with your presence?
Well, me and Matthew Ryan Shapiro, we go back a long time, a couple of years ago. We worked in a couple companies before Capital, and he came to me in his vision of Capital. I said, that's great. And like I said, I was at all Capital Wrestling shows. I was teamed with Bobby Shields, and we were the first ever tag team champions. We're still tag team champions, right? But now Luxury Muscles Incorporated is different, I have another tag team partner, and pretty much hashtag indie wrestling. So, and I'm still a tag team champion. So yeah, Capital Wrestling's great. I really want Capital Wrestling to grow. I really, really do. I love we're at Hoboken's nice. I want Capital Wrestling to branch out, though. That's my vision. I don't know if it's Matt's, but I really want to go farther than just Hoboken, because I feel that with all the talent, especially me, Stan Styles, that's right, Capital Wrestling can definitely be a force to be reckoned with in the indie scene, especially around that area.
Oh, without question. And the expansion they've been doing, and obviously they're going to be on television in the NYC area here very soon. Lots and lots of expansion. And how exciting is that for the guys in the back and the girls in the back to see the company is taking these giant leaps forward so quickly?
It's definitely going to be an expansion. That's right. You know what? And a giant leap. And it's funny you said the girls. There's not too many girls, in Capital Wrestling. And that's the thing I kind of want to tell, Matt, like, we need the girls. We're the babes. Because,
I might know some secrets. There will be women coming shortly from what I know from my conversations with Matt and Shannon. So get that already.
Listen, if you guys can see my face right now, my jaw is dropped and my shake weight firmly grasped in my hand, and that was the greatest thing I heard all day. Because, listen, female are taking over. They have this women revolution. They're the women's world. I loved it. And I love intergender. And you know what? Seriously, guys, I'm getting excited right now, because if you go on my YouTube and you YouTube Sizzlin Stan Styles or just Stan Styles, I'll just come up. And the most viewed, I can't stand this, the most viewed, promoters, listen, the most viewed is Stan Styles versus a woman. Why aren't you putting me against a woman? I'm sorry, I'm going tangent, but I have to because you just told me about the women. Why? Money in your pockets. I understand it's money. Money.
I completely agree, and that tent in your pants is the shake weight, I'm sure.
Of course it is. And the Synaconda too. Oh, sorry, that's right.
I think that you...
I think I need a cigarette right now.
You actually did a great match, which is what I heard of you from off of social media a couple of years ago when I was really... I've been watching, like, WWE and all that type for like 22 years, but I didn't really get into independent wrestling for a couple of years ago. You wrestled Buff Bagwell?
Yes, I did. I wrestled the Buff.
Oh my God, Darnell, you must send me this match.
It's on YouTube. I will send it to you. We should put it on the Twitter. How amazing was that, though?
I was ecstatic when Pro Wrestling Empire told me they wanted me to wrestle Buff Bagwell, because when I was a little Stan Styles, I always loved Buff Bagwell, especially in the NWO Buff Bagwell. Even before that, when he was a handsome stranger, like I always loved Marcus Alexander Bagwell, and I was like, wow, this is awesome, like Sazek versus Sazek, and it was just an absolutely amazing experience. It's definitely I can never say what my favorite match is. A lot of people ask that question, and I can never say what my favorite match is, but that definitely is definitely the top 10, me versus Buff Bagwell. And it was just great, a great experience. I've actually wrestled a lot of veterans, really, in my career. Yes.
Oh, have you learned a lot of good advice from all of them?
Oh, yes. In my stage in professional wrestling, I want to work more veterans, because it's just, you learn so much, and I always listen to veterans, always, and these young guys, I'm telling you guys, young guys, listen to this, respect the veterans, because there is a lot of the young guys, and they have, that, okay, I'm a wrestler now, I can't wait, blah, 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 and they want everything handed to them. No, guys, you gotta know your role, seriously humble yourselves, it goes a long way. Look at me. I'm saying stop. I got 13 in shake weight, and I'm going, and that's right.
Stan, aside from the creators of the shake weight, who were your inspirations as you came up when you were in your early training in professional wrestling? Who are people that inspired you?
Oh my goodness! Wow, that's a question. Seriously, I always loved Ravishing Rick Rude. I always loved Shawn Michaels, Ric Flair. Like, those are guys I really looked into. And honestly, I love my comedy guys, and I love I love some Japanese wrestling. I love Jushin Thunder Liger, and I'll go and I loved Nigel McGuinness / Desmond Wolfe.
Oh.
I loved him. Isn't that crazy? Stan Styles, like a typical wrestler. What? Yeah, I could use that too. Sure. Yeah. and it's just I had to have variety. Like because a lot of the wrestler fans, they'll be like, oh, technical wrestling's great. Yes, it is. Oh, hardcore wrestling's great. Yes, it is. Comedy wrestling's great. Yes, it is. Technical wrestling's great. Yes, it is. It's all great, guys. You need it all. It's like ice cream, or girls, an Asian girl, or a Puerto Rican girl, or a blonde, a brunette. You gotta love that redhead. You gotta love them all. You have to have variety, right? That's what I want to bring to the table. I want variety, like a buffet. And here you go. Here's your smorgasbord. And you know what? That's Stan Styles in the middle with that 13 shaker. That's all right. And my whipped cream too. Can't forget that.
And your whipped cream as well as you do your facial. That's his finishing move, people. The finishing move is called the facial. Just want to make sure. You even speaking about women before. I think the idea of intergender matches has been very prevalent in the past couple of years, and I was thinking about this every single time I see you, I'm just like, he would be amazing in an intergender match. What intergender match would you like to see Capital Wrestling potentially putting you in?
Stan Styles versus Nyla Rose right now, right the hell now. Stan Styles versus Nyla Rose. We'll put ass in those seats. In those seats. It's what's all about. Stan Styles versus Nyla Rose.
Did you want to die, or
no? See, well, listen, that's stupid. Because if I die, Nyla gets arrested, she goes to jail. So that's stupid. That's a stupid question. No, so no, I wouldn't die.
Well, and I got to point out too, like, he's not going to be alone. We saw this past weekend, Portia and Ariel and Nyx. You've aligned yourself with. What's that about?
Well, see, I was always with Portia, right? But then now Ariel and Nyx, we go way back too, and I mean way back, but not that back, but pretty recent. But anyway, so. Yeah, I guess she was now in Capital Wrestling, and she took a fancy to me, of course. I mean, look at my sizzling body. Of course, my 13 shake weight, and I got my whipped cream, and she had a coffee, and it's good to that coffee. I should have put some whipped cream in that coffee and give it back to her, but, I was too busy, focused on my opponent that night, smiling. And, next sexy, oh my God, those lips and that hair, and, I guess she's got to buy a ticket and see what's next for Stan Styles, the Capital Wrestling in area next to Portia, because I'm on the up, if you know what I mean. Always on the up, always. That's right.
Always on the up.
The icicles form. The march is on.
So March 24th, it's going to be the anniversary show for Capital Wrestling. Where do you see yourself on that card? Who do you want to face?
Sadly, I'm not going to be at the anniversary show. Boy, I know. I'm previously booked.
Oh my God! Do you see that on the floor? It's my heart broken into a million pieces.
I'm sorry. I'm previously booked in Pennsylvania that night. But I surely will make the other dates for sure. I know there's an April date. I'm not sure. Capital Wrestling always jumps around with their dates, and I honestly will say this right now. Since we're doing this right now, Capital Wrestling did a Friday show, and it was on a very cold day, but it drew pretty well. That's when we did that World War
IV, December 29th.
Yeah.
And I'm going to quote Brutal Bob Evans. He quoted, or he posted something on his social media that promotions need to run more on Friday nights because us wrestlers don't have a lot of, especially we don't have a lot of Friday nights. And, Friday nights usually is my That's Right night. Well, every night's my That's Right night, if you know what I mean. That's right. But I really, really think Capital Wrestling, if they want to bring all the talent, they have a lot of talent everywhere, do more Friday nights, guys. Do more Friday nights. Do Thursday nights. Something different. Why does everyone have to be the same? Well, that's what I'm telling you. Intergender. Different. Different. Can't be all the same crap. It's not crap, but you know what I mean. Can't be all the same. Especially me, I like to stand out. All right? That's right.
I mean, with forearms like yours, it's pretty easy to stand out.
My forearms, my chest, and my biceps, and my shape. But I really wish, not just Capital, it's other places, just run more Fridays, run Thursdays. Sundays too, but Friday night, especially now, we're in the summertime, when the kiddies are around. I like the kiddies. No problem with the kiddies. Okay, kids, dance sounds good for everybody. But, hey,
Well, I think
one more Friday night.
I think I agree with you completely here, Stan, because I think you're in a position where independent wrestling is as hot as it's ever been right now, and I think the appetite is there, and in that case, feed the fans. I agree. Even here in Iowa, we are always seeing Saturday night shows, and there are plenty of people who would love to go out on a Friday night. I'd go out on Friday, Saturday, Sunday to see wrestling. Doesn't matter.
Exactly. Why? And I'm not trying to be like Stan Styles is right, because I'm right kind of a lot, but that's right. But I'm just they have to promoters, bookers, and just listen to the fans. They are the ones that are putting the money on it, giving the tickets. Asses in seats, guys. Sexy girls in seats. It doesn't matter. Asses in the seats. Put them in and let Stan Styles entertain like no one else. How hard is it? My shake weight's very hard, but
the sexual innuendo in this interview is palpable.
It's not really sexual. It's a heavy thing. It's 5 pounds.
I agree. I think you have a great point, especially even considering about last Saturday. There was, I believe, 5 wrestling companies running a show I mean, I want to say they were running a show because it was my birthday on Saturday, but I don't want to take.
Let's go back to the ECW. So look how many people packed that house. Like, why can't other companies do that? Why? Why do we have to compete? Why?
Speaking of other companies, where else do you want to see yourself wrestle in 2018 now? Because you've been around quite a bit.
California, I will be doing a lot more in California in 2018. I love California. California girls. Oh my God, California girls. Where's my? Oh, there's California. I will be back in California a lot this year. I might also be going to Indiana. I might also be going to Ohio. I do a lot now in West Virginia for SCWA. Actually, anywhere people want to see me, I'll go. Other countries, I'd love to be in Canada, England, anywhere. I just want to go anywhere and just entertain it and wrestle and just show the world what Stan Styles can do. Anywhere people want to feel my heart, show my passion, desire for professional wrestling, and my shake weight. And that's right.
Stan, I got one last question here for you. I'm always curious. What is your first memory of professional wrestling? To me, I'm always interested what people's first memory was.
My very first memory? Yeah, that's a great question. Like for me, or just like when I started wrestling, or
no, when you were a little Styles and you had the little baby shake weight.
My shake weight was pretty big. That's what the nurses said. But it was definitely the very first time I watched wrestling. I saw Shawn Michaels to the Hartford Hotel, and I said to myself, "What is this guy with these long earrings?" And something just triggered, and I just loved his promo because I love doing my promos, as you guys know. I just loved his persona. I just was like, "What is it?" And then I watched him wrestle, and I said, "That's what I want to do when I grow up. That's what I want to be when I grow up." I was like, that's awesome.
My last question is more of a personal question. If you are at Capitol Wrestling in April, can I hold your shake weight?
Oh, I don't know, because Ariella or Portia might get jealous.
Okay.
Especially Ariella. They might get very jealous.
All right. Well, we'll have a compromise somewhere.
You can buy one of my shake weights, because I do sell shake weights for fans, and they're one of my top sellers.
Shut up.
Yes, I do. I am seriously. I am seriously. I'm like Cartman here now. I have shake weights for sale.
Darnell, I actually own a shake weight. I want to send it out to you, so Mr. Styles may show me how to use it.
I'll show you and I'll sign it.
Oh, that's awesome. So dreams, dude. This is my birthday gift.
Yeah, there you go. See, I make dreams come true.
Stan, where can we find you on social media? Take the next however long it takes you to plug all your stuff, get all your shit in, so to speak.
Okay, guys, listen. Twitter, it's at the Sizzling One. Facebook, Sizzlin Stan Styles. Instagram, Sizzling_Stan_Styles. My booking email is sizzlingstan@gmail.com. I think that's it. There's so much social media anymore. Remember the Facebook days and the AIM days? Wish those days were back. Oh, going way back. Anyway, there you go, guys.
Well, if someone wanted to buy your merch, what would be the best way for them to get it from you? Just message you on one of those?
Just message me on Facebook or just give me a private message. Definitely, yeah. I actually am selling a lot of my vests. I have a lot of vests for sale. I actually sold 2 already. I also am having trading cards already made. I have about 8 so far. I think I sold at least 3 or 4 already. They're selling fast. T-shirts. I have plenty of T-shirts left. Oh, actually, no, I don't have that many. I need to get T-shirts. You just remember I had to order T-shirts. Oh my goodness, I got to order more T-shirts. But yeah, just hit me up any of those social media accounts. Give me a message.
I guess
I'll take care of you guys.
I got one last. I do have one last question. Okay. Are you ambidextrous with the shake weight? Left and right, both is strong?
Very strong. Very. I'm a righty, but maybe my right this might be a little stronger. But I can even use my feet too. I legit. Oh my goodness. I legit, guys. It feels good in one hand, but when I grasp it in both hands and shake away, it's just the greatest feeling in the world. It really is, and that's right.
Oh, it truly, you can tell you're having fun, and that to me is the most important part. It translates across the screen. It translates in person, man. Thank you so much for joining us this week, Stan.
Anytime, guys. Anytime. I get back to my shake weight.
All right, man. Take care.
Oh yeah. That's all right.
All right. Well, that was one of the most enjoyable interviews I have ever been a part of. I encourage everyone to go follow Stan on all of his social media. Guy is an absolute gem. Like, there's nothing better to say.
I suddenly want to buy a shake weight.
I wasn't joking. I've got a lime green one. I bought that shit back in 2000.
Why is it lime green?
I don't know, man. It was the only one they had. For Halloween
one
year. Were you
feeling the glow?
For Halloween one year, there's pictures on Facebook. You can go look, and you can post one if you want on social media, Darnell. I'll give you permission if you're that entertained by it. Go back to Halloween weekend when I was running a bar in Ames. I got the tightest lime green shorts, the tightest lime green shirt, and a lime green headband with white tennies with lime green laces and a lime green shake weight. And I just walked around all Halloween and shaking the shake weight in people's faces. It was a blast.
That sounds amazing.
Everybody can go check that out. Darnell, let's bail for this week. Hit the eject button, so to speak. It's been an amazing episode of Capital Wrestling. We don't have a guest lined up specifically for next week. I know we're hoping to reach out to the Bad Apple, or have you already?
I have not, and I'm actually going to do that tomorrow because I desperately want Bad Apple Matt McIntosh to be on the show so I can just give him praise. Well,
keep an eye on your social media then, Darnell. Darnell, where can people find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram at Slay_Wyatt, still the best Instagram name in the world. You can also follow me on Twitter at DNailicious.
You can follow me on Twitter at Smohawk, also on Instagram at Smohawk. Make sure you're following Capital Wrestling on all social media. On Twitter, it's at Capital Wrestling without the G at the end, and that's Capital with an O. And make sure you follow them on Facebook, Capital Wrestling. Subscribe to the YouTube. Get all of the updates on Capital Wrestling. Make sure you get that subscribe button and get your notifications turned on so you get alerted when the brand new podcast drops, when the brand new television drops, when any of these great interviews drop. So much content for you to check out on the YouTube page for Capital Wrestling. Make sure you hit subscribe when you're there. And then do us a favor, head over on Twitter to PW Mothership. That's at PW Mothership. That's Darnell and my's other podcast, the Pro Wrestling Mothership, usually available every Friday on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Podbean, etc., etc., etc. But this week we're dropping it today. It's actually Wednesday. We should wish our listeners right now happy Valentine's Day, Darnell.
Oh yeah, happy Valentine's Day. I hope you're getting laid.
Or Galentine's Day. That's a thing too, right? For the all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies.
Yeah, I hope that's happening for you too. Have a shot for me.
So happy Valentine's Day if you're listening to this. Head over to at prowrestlingiowa.net and check out our other podcast, the Pro Wrestling Mothership Valentine's Day edition, for all the lonely hearts out there. Darnell, myself, and our co-host Kevin Wilder are spending the day with you. We're going to have a glass of wine, order some takeout, and we'll take care of business for you so you don't have to worry about being single this year. So check that out. I want to thank everybody for listening. Episode 2 with us, episode 45 overall in the books, Darnell. How did you think we did?
I think we did fantastic, and I think Sizzlin Stan Styles stole the show.
He absolutely did. It was a holy shit moment for certain. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We'll be back next week.